Hey, how you doing, everybody? Alyssa Victory is PO'd, right and rightly so. I'm not saying that jocularly or humorously or with even the slightest degree of disrespect at all. No, Ms. Victory is completely right to have a gigantic, gigantic issue with how she was treated by the Oakland City Clerk's office and other candidates. Some made the ballot, most did not, uh, for the 2022 Oakland mayoral election. Um, but she's opened up a can of whoop ass on the city, and because, hey, look, she lays it all right here, and I'm gonna read it to you. Um, she says, or writes rather, uh, "Democracy in crisis." That's the headline. Alyssa Victory is legally qualified and must be on November ballot. Okay. Then she says that, or goes on to writes that Alyssa submitted 100 nomination petition signatures and 11 endorser signatures at the time of her filing. I'm going to repeat that because this is a central part of the story. Alyssa submitted 100 nomination petition signatures and 11 endorser signatures at the time of her filing. The Oakland City Clerk's office deemed Alyssa's 50 required nomination petition signatures sufficient. Nomination signatures are explained in Oakland Municipal Code Section 3.80.040 for citywide offices. Nomination petitions shall bear the signatures of not less than 50, not more than 100 registered voters who are residents of the city. However, the signatures identified as insufficient or endorser signatures. Endorser signatures. The city clerk's office deemed the endorser signatures insufficient because less than 10 were verified as registered voters. However, the endorser signatures are only required by Oakland Municipal Code Section 3.08.060. Quote, such statement shall also contain the signatures and addresses of not less than 10, not more than 20 residents of the city sponsoring such candidates who need not have signed such candidates' nomination petition. And then she continues to explain. She says, nowhere does the city code require that the endorser signatures be registered to vote, verify as Oakland voters by the registrar, or use the address that the signer registered to vote with in the first place. The signatures were collected on a separate form requiring no affidavit of the circulator, as nomination petitions do, and the document title directs candidates to collect signatures of, quote, residents of the city of Oakland sponsoring my candidacy. Alyssa met the requirement in filing 11 endorser signatures who each provided their signature and Oakland residence address. Verified endorser signatures is not supported by the code. Requiring verification also violates the public policy of the distinction in signature types and deprives non-voting residents of Oakland from the opportunity to be represented as sponsors of candidates. Alyssa's filings cannot be disqualified for failure to meet a requirement not actually required by law. The city has now delayed over a week, further prejudicing Alyssa, who has paused full campaigning while she ensures that she will appear on the ballot. The city attorney's office acknowledges Alyssa's urgent written request submitted Tuesday, August 16th, but has since refused to provide a complete response and has attempted to shirk responsibility by claiming that it has no authority over its elections or its municipal code. Wow. The Oakland City Attorney's Office has wholly refused to even respond with a decision on her ballot name, despite the city clerk's office having required that Allyssa submit an additional affidavit for a decision by the city attorney's office. On August 23rd, 2022, Allyssa filed an elections complaint with the Secretary of State's office seeking review of all issues she has attempted to reasonably resolve with the city. The city's lack of leadership and accountability is on full display, and we are seeing a just and fair election, and we are seeking a just and fair election which requires victory beyond the ballot. And I'm going to add to that, not only her, but everybody else that's went through this, because this doesn't just apply to her, okay? It applies to other candidates too, and some of which are we've had on this show already, and some of them, knowing that the city was going to do something wrong, got their signatures in early, like Seneca Scott, but he will also tell you there was a massive problem. So the best situation for the city clerk is to simply add her to the ballot and re-review the submissions, and not only re-review, but basically extend the deadline and give those persons a chance to actually refile or file and complete their filing who stopped solely because they were under the impression they were late. Okay? This is ridiculous. I'm going to have her on at 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. She has filed a complaint with the Secretary of State's office, and she has the complaint here. She's got a Google. She put it under a Google Drive thing. Dang, Allyssa, what'd you do that for? So I can't read it. This is website. And the complaint should be such that I don't have to download it. Okay, I can read it here. Now I still need access. Allyssa, it's a Google Drive. Look, see? Boom. See, you need access. Man, require access, all right? So it shouldn't, well, that was a mistake. Whoever set that up made a mistake. It should just simply press a button, download the complaint, better yet, vlog it. Video blog it, you know? But the other scandal is that they have purely and simply, um, I mean purely and simply, refused not only to answer her complaint, but to deal with anybody else's problem. Okay. So there you go. There's the news. The press release text is here in the video as well. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark oaklandnewsnowblog.com. Thank you. That ends this broadcast.